They say time heals all wounds, but some crimes only become more terrifying with each passing year. For Haruko, this couldn't be more true. December 31st, 2000, the last morning of the millennium. Haruko arrived at her daughter's home, a place that should have been filled with New Year preparations. She knocked. She called out. Silence. The door wasn't locked, so she let herself in. And what she saw next would haunt her forever. The scene before her was something out of a nightmare. An entire family slaughtered. Blood everywhere. Evidence scattered in every corner. It looked like the killer would be caught within hours. But here's the thing. Over 20 years have passed, and this case remains unsolved. What makes this murder even more chilling? Most killers run. They flee the scene as fast as possible. But this one, he stayed. He made himself at home, ate 4 ice creams from their freezer, used their toilet, and didn't even flush. So why, with all this evidence, has justice never been served? Stick around. The answer will shock you. Before we dive deeper into this horrifying story, I have a small request. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button. And if you love hearing about crime and investigations from around the world, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, share your thoughts and suggestions in the comments section. Your support means everything to me and helps this channel grow. Now, let's continue with the story. But first, let's go back to that night. What really happened? The victims were the Miyazawa family, a simple family of 4. Father Mikio, 44. Mother Yasuko, 41. Their 8-year-old daughter, Nina, and their 6-year-old son, Rei. They lived in a quiet Tokyo neighborhood that was once bustling with life. But over the years, families moved away. By the end of 2000, only 4 houses remained on that street. The Miyazawa home looked large from the outside, but it was actually 2 connected units. On one side lived the family, on the other, Yasuko's mother. The family had already decided to move. The government had purchased their land to expand Setagaya Park. But Yasuko delayed. She was worried about her son Rei, who had a developmental disorder. As a teacher herself, she knew that constant change could be harmful to young children. So they stayed until the right time came. Yasuko wasn't just a mother. She was a dedicated teacher who ran tutoring classes from home, helping children in the community. They were a happy, hard-working family, respected by everyone who knew them, until the night of December 30th, 2000. That morning started like any other. The new year was just around the corner. The Miyazawas spent the day shopping near Chito's Karasuma station, picking up supplies for the celebration. They returned home, had dinner together, watched some TV, and went to bed. They had no idea it would be their last night alive. What happened next is one of Japan's most mysterious and debated cases. But what I'm about to tell you is pieced together from multiple sources. And it's the truth. Sometime after 11 p.m., a stranger approached the Miyazawa home. He came through the back, through Setagaya Park. He climbed over a fence into their backyard. Then, using a tree for support, he reached the second-floor bathroom window. The window was open. He removed the screen, and without making a sound, he entered the house. His first target? 6-year-old Rei. The boy was fast asleep. And here's the disturbing part. The killer didn't use a knife. He strangled the child with his bare hands. Rei's small body was left on the bed, lifeless. Then the killer moved on. Reports differ on what happened next, but many believe that Mikio, the father, heard something upstairs. A noise, movement. He rushed up to check on his family. And that's when he came face to face with the intruder. The killer pulled out a long, sharp blade. A sashimi knife, the kind used to cut large fish. And he attacked. Mikio fought back. He fought with everything he had. But the killer was relentless. Some reports say Mikio fell down the stairs during the struggle. Either way, he collapsed near the staircase. His body was later found with the blade still lodged in his skull. Now only two remained: Yasuko and her daughter, Nina. They were asleep in the attic, the space between the top floor and the roof. They had no idea what had just happened below, but the killer was already on his way up. The sashimi knife had broken during the attack on Mikio. So the killer went to the kitchen and grabbed another blade, a knife from the Miyazawa family's own home. Yasuko and Nina tried to run. They made it to the foldable attic stairs, but the killer was too fast. Their bodies were found on the second-floor landing, side by side. And Nina, her death was the most brutal. She wasn't just stabbed, she was beaten so savagely that several of her teeth were broken. She was the last to die. She watched her family fall, and she fought until her very last breath. Most killers flee immediately after committing a crime, but not this one. This case shocked the world and was nicknamed the Goldilocks murder, because after killing 4 people, the murderer stayed in the house for at least 2 more hours. He walked past the bodies, calm, unbothered, as if he owned the place. He went to the kitchen, opened the fridge, ate 4 ice cream cups by squeezing them and biting directly into the carton, leaving saliva and fingerprints behind. He drank a bottle of local barley tea. Some reports say he even ate a piece of watermelon. All of this, right next to the corpses of an entire family. His behavior was so bizarre, it's hard to tell if he was trying to escape or if he wanted to be caught. At some point, he realized he'd injured himself. Maybe when the knife broke during the attack on Mikio. His palm was bleeding, but instead of panicking, he calmly opened the family's first aid kit, bandaged his wound, and left the bloodied wrappings right there on the scene. A direct DNA sample, just sitting there. Then he went to the storage room, pulled out personal documents, took them upstairs, and dumped them in the bathtub. Why? No one knows. He used the toilet, didn't flush, left his DNA wide open. He wiped his hands on a bathroom towel, leaving blood stains. And then he took off some of his clothes and left them behind. A jacket, a cap, a shirt, a scarf, 2 handkerchiefs, a fanny pack, black gloves, and both murder weapons. But here's the strangest part. At 1:18 a.m., someone turned on the family computer. System logs showed that not only was it powered on, but a new folder was created. Some reports say the killer even browsed a local theater company's website. Imagine that. A family's bodies lying nearby, and he's casually browsing the internet. The computer was turned on again at 10 a.m. Police initially thought the killer stayed all night, but later they realized it might have been Haruko, Yasuko's mother, who accidentally touched the mouse when she discovered the scene. That means the killer likely left sometime between 1:18 a.m. and dawn. 2 hours. That's all it took to turn this into one of Japan's most baffling cases. The discovery happened around 10:30 a.m. Haruko had been trying to reach her daughter all morning. No answer. Worried, she went to check. And when she stepped inside, she saw her son-in-law's body at the bottom of the stairs. She called the police immediately. When investigators arrived, they found something extraordinary. More evidence than most crime scenes ever yield. Fingerprints, shoe prints, DNA from blood, DNA from saliva, DNA from feces, clothing, weapons, everything. A former senior police officer said the crime scene was like a treasure chest. Everyone believed the killer would be caught within days, but the opposite happened. The clothes left behind told investigators exactly what the killer was wearing. A gray Crusher bucket hat, a white baseball shirt with purple sleeves, a cheap plaid scarf with no tags, a Uniqlo AirTech jacket, black gloves, a gray and black fanny pack, and Schlesinger brand sneakers, size 27.5 centimeters. Police created a composite sketch and circulated it widely. DNA tests revealed even more. The killer was male, blood type A, between 15 and 35 years old, about 5 feet 6 inches to 5 feet 7 inches tall. Slim build, his fanny pack belt was 32 inches. His last meal included string beans and sesame seeds, but his fingerprints? Not in any criminal database, meaning he had no prior record. Then came the breakthrough clues, the sneakers. They were never sold in Japan, only in South Korea, so either the killer lived there or had visited. Japanese police worked with South Korean authorities to cross-check fingerprints, but again, no match. Then investigators examined the fanny pack. Inside, they found skateboard grip tape, men's perfume, and sand particles. When analyzed, the sand wasn't from Japan. It was from California, specifically from near Edwards Air Force Base in the Mojave Desert. This revelation turned everything upside down. Was the killer American military personnel? Had he been stationed at Edwards Air Force Base and later transferred to Yokota Air Base in Japan, just 1 hour from the Miyazawa home? DNA analysis added another twist. The killer's ancestry wasn't fully Japanese. His mother was from Southern Europe. His father was East Asian. So who was this man? What was he doing in Japan? And why did he target this family? Several theories emerged. Theory 1. The California sand pointed to a possible US military link. Maybe the killer was a soldier, or the child of a soldier who married an Asian woman abroad. Theory 2. Journalist Fumiya Ichihashi proposed that the killer was a former South Korean soldier turned hitman, hired by developers, frustrated that the Miyazawa family hadn't moved yet. Theory 3. Some believe the killer was a child or teenager. 2 days before the murders, an anonymous user posted on a Japanese forum, referencing another family massacre and saying, "The deadline is December 31st, 11:59 p.m. Was it a coincidence or a confession? Despite 246,000 detectives working the case, despite 12,000 pieces of evidence, despite a 20 million yen reward, the largest in Japanese history, no one has been caught. For over 20 years, Mikio's mother, Setsuko Miyazawa, has stood outside Chitose Karasuma Station, rain or shine, handing out flyers, hoping someone, somewhere, knows something. So the question remains, will justice ever be served? Or will this mystery be buried forever? What do you think happened that night? Drop your theories in the comments below. If you found this case as haunting as I did, please like this video and subscribe for more true crime stories from around the world. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.